I need to tell you something, and I need you to really listen. That thing you call stability, the safe job, the steady income, the predictable life, the plan that looks responsible on paper, it might be costing you more than you think. My name is Daniel. I'm 74 years old, and I built my entire life around one word: safe. Safe choices, safe career, safe marriage, safe dreams. For 45 years, I did everything the sensible way. I avoided risk, I avoided uncertainty, I avoided disappointment. And everyone said I was smart. But no one told me what safety can quietly steal from you. Sit with me for a moment, because what stability gave me and what it took from me are not the same thing. I grew up in a house where uncertainty was the enemy. My father lost his job twice before I turned 12. I remember the silence at the dinner table, the way my mother folded the same bill 3 times before paying it, the way fear lived in the room with us. And I made a decision very early. That would never be my life. I wouldn't gamble, I wouldn't chase unrealistic dreams, I wouldn't risk falling. While other boys talked about becoming musicians, athletes, artists, I studied accounting, because accountants don't starve. I chose the university with the highest employment rate. I chose the job with the safest contract. I chose the partner who wanted predictability. And every choice felt responsible. Every choice felt mature. Every choice felt right. But here's the part no one talks about. When you build your life only around avoiding pain, you also avoid possibility. By the time I was 35, I had everything a stable man is supposed to have. Permanent contract, mortgage approved, savings account growing steadily. People trusted me. Banks trusted me. Employers trusted me. Even my friends came to me for advice. "You've got it figured out," they said. And maybe I did, on paper. But something strange started happening around that time. Whenever someone talked about taking a risk, moving abroad, starting a business, changing careers, I felt something in my chest. Not judgment, not superiority, envy. Quiet envy. I would smile and say, "That's brave." But inside I would think, "I wish I could." And that was the first crack. Because the life I built to feel safe started to feel small.
The strange thing about stability is that it doesn't hurt you loudly. It doesn't explode your life. It doesn't ruin you overnight. It numbs you. Slowly. I stopped asking myself what I wanted. I started asking what made sense. I stopped saying what excites me. I started saying what's realistic. And without noticing, I began editing myself. The louder parts of me, the curious parts, the ambitious, unreasonable, slightly foolish parts. I trimmed them down, made them practical, made them acceptable, made them safe. And people praised me for it. "You're so grounded. You're so responsible. You're not like those dreamers." And every compliment pushed me further away from the person I might have been. By 45, my life was steady. No chaos, no drama, no real danger, but also no fire. I remember one specific evening. I was sitting in my living room. The house was quiet. Everything was paid for. And I felt restless. Not unhappy, just flat. Like I was watching my own life instead of living it. My wife was reading beside me. The television was on. Nothing was wrong. And yet I had this quiet thought. If this is it, why does it feel so small? That thought scared me because small wasn't supposed to be the result of doing everything right. Here's what stability took from me. It took my edge. It took my curiosity. It took my willingness to look foolish. Somewhere along the way, I stopped trying new things, not because I couldn't, but because I had too much to lose. Reputation, position, predictability. I used to sketch when I was younger. Terrible drawings, but I loved it. I stopped. I once thought about starting a small cafe with a friend. I didn't. Too risky, too uncertain, too unstable. And that word unstable became my excuse for everything that made my heart beat faster.
It took me decades to understand something simple. I wasn't choosing stability. I was choosing fear. I told myself I was being logical, mature, responsible. But underneath all of that, I was afraid. Afraid of failing publicly. Afraid of losing what I had built. Afraid of proving my younger self wrong. Safety wasn't my strength. It was my shield. And the problem with living behind a shield is that nothing truly reaches you. Not failure, but not excitement either. Not humiliation, but not pride either. You don't fall hard, but you never rise either. And one day I realized I hadn't built a stable life. I had built a controlled one. The turning point didn't come with a disaster. No bankruptcy, no divorce, no dramatic collapse. It came quietly. I was 68, recently retired, plenty of savings, no alarms set for Monday morning, and suddenly there was space. Space I had never allowed before. And in that silence, a question surfaced. If work is no longer defining me, who am I? For the first time in decades, there was nothing to chase. No promotion, no next milestone, just me. And I realized something uncomfortable. I had spent my entire life building security, but I had never built myself. If I could go back, I wouldn't destroy my stability. I wouldn't burn everything down. Stability isn't the enemy, but making it your entire identity is. You can build a safe life without shrinking yourself to fit inside it. You can earn money without silencing your curiosity. You can protect your future without abandoning your present. What stability cost me wasn't money. It wasn't status. It was aliveness. It was the version of me that was willing to try, to fail, to look ridiculous, to begin again. And here's what I want you to ask yourself tonight. Are you building a life, or are you just avoiding loss? There's a difference, and you don't want to realize it at 74. Trust me.